Okay then, ExtraContent Plus is pretty straightforward to get set up and to use. I built this stack because I myself am a very heavy user of extra content in RapidWeaver themes. It's a theming technique I've used for a number of years now in RapidWeaver, and generally I wanted something a bit more powerful than the standard extra content stack, which is why I went ahead and built this one. It's got quite a few extra features and functionality, as you'll hopefully see from this video over the next few minutes. Once you've got ExtraContent Plus installed on your computer, you can access it as normal through your Stack Elements library. In the search box you can just type extra content and it'll bring it up, and you just want to drag and drop a copy of it into your page like so. And like the previous extra content stack, it looks and works more or less the same at this point. I'm going to be using my Storm RapidWeaver theme today. This is available from the themeflood.com website. And this theme has got a number of extra content containers in it. It's also got a freestyle banner container in it as well, so it gives us a good theme to experiment with. The settings for ExtraContent Plus are located over here on the right hand side. We've got the option of toggling between either an extra content container or a freestyle banner container. Extra content is default, and as normal you can change the number of the extra content container if that's been selected. We can change the content type. At the moment it's just set as a slice, which is with this drop stacks here in the middle, but equally so I can switch to HTML markup, style text, or even an image. Advantage of being able to choose the content type is that you're not having to drag additional stacks straight into this area. That can simplify the page for you when you're working in RapidWeaver in edit mode. It also means that the completed page is going to have a lot less markup going into it. You're not having so many divisional containers in the page. I've got the option for custom classes as well. So for example, in this theme, if I was to give it a custom class of no print, that means that this container will not be printed or will not save as a PDF, which might be desirable for some people. We've also got the option to tag the extra content container or freestyle container. We can give it a unique colour, so we could go for a bright red like this. Could be very useful if you've got a lot of extra content containers in the same page. You can sort of colour coordinate them in edit mode. So for example, you could have all your content containers for the sidebar coloured red, all the ones for a banner or some other part of the page coloured a different colour. And it just means you can help simplify things a bit. You get a bit more of visual feedback about where your different containers are in the page and what they're going to be used for. And likewise the comments option here, I could just put a comment here, so we'll say my container like so, and again I could just put some comments in here to help me recognise what these extra content containers are for within our theme. So in this case I'm just going to change that to, I think I'll change that to banner, because that's what we'll be doing next. So with a theme such as the Storm RapidWeaver theme, which I'm using today, we've got a lot of extra content containers within this theme. The easiest thing to do is just to open the style inspector, and right at the bottom, and in my themes I put it in the miscellaneous settings, there's this option to preview extra content containers. And when you tick that, and I'll just close the inspector, get that out of the way, all of our extra content containers and banners within this theme are highlighted with these little red bordered boxes. So that gives us a good visual representation about where each of the extra content containers will be located. And obviously we can go ahead now and we can say, well, that's extra content container 2 up here. So if I want to put content into that part of the theme or into that part of the page, that's the one I'd need to target. And we've got a lot of extra content containers. I think we've got 10 in this theme in total. Some of my other themes, I think like Dusk and Solstice, we've got significantly more extra content containers. I think we've got up to almost 40 or 50 in total, simply because it's a very popular theming technique. There are instances where you need to set up quite complex page layouts or grid layouts, and extra content in RapidWeaver is absolutely ideal for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually set up a freestyle banner for our banner content at the top. So I'm going to change the embed type to freestyle like so, and I'm just going to go ahead, I'm just going to drag and drop an image straight into here now. So this is just a quick photograph I took yesterday down on the coast. I'm just going to turn off normal width and height constraints of the image, and we'll click done there. So the image now scales up to full edit mode quite comfortably, but we haven't got the issue of horizontal scroll bars appearing and bits of a page missing off the edge, which is a bit of a common frustration with using the standard extra content stack. And as I've done already, I've set it to freestyle. Content type is image, so it can be left the same. Custom class, I'm just going to turn that off for now, I don't need those. Tag colour I'll leave the same, and I've just got the comment up here, it just says banner, just to remind me that this is the extra content container, or the freestyle container for our banner region. And if I just go ahead and preview the page now, instantly we've got our banner up here. I'll just turn off that preview extra content containers option so we can see the page in its full glory. There we go. So that's remarkably simple to get set up. No HTML code required, no complicated cryptic code or anything else like that. It just works straight away like this. So we could now work on the assumption that we wanted to put some content into an extra content container, perhaps over here in our sidebar region. So I can open the page inspector again, preview where the containers are located, and in this instance I can see I probably want to target extra container 7, so that's ideal. So I'll just close that there, turn off the inspector, go back to edit mode, and I'm just going to change this to extra content container. I'm going to put the number up to number 7. Content type I'm going to leave the same, but just for this example I'm going to change the colour of the tag, so I'm just going to change this to bright yellow, and I'll just call that sidebar content. So that's just to remind me basically in edit mode that this particular extra content container is for my sidebar. And if I go back over to preview mode again, and as you can see over on the left hand side there, now we've got our little sidebar container, our little image showing here. This is just a really quick example just to show you how this new Extra Content Plus stack works. It's not hugely different from the free one you've probably been using up until now. This one is just got a few more extra features. Again, I've added these features because I've been doing quite a lot of work recently with some private clients. We've had some quite complicated themes and page layouts to set up. Extra Content has excelled at being able to achieve these complicated page layouts, and ultimately I just needed a more powerful extra content stack element to simplify my life, basically, to simplify my task, to make the job a lot easier. There's a few other features in this new extra content stack. What you might notice, it's a bit difficult in RapidWeaver preview mode, but typically what used to happen with extra content is it would load first within the point of a page where you'd put the stack in originally, and then it would jump across to the place where the extra content container was located. Well, in this stack, what I've done is to use some CSS code to hide the extra content images or text until the page has finished loading, and that way you don't get this nasty sort of flickering effect occurring where the content's jumping around in the page as the page loads. Something else I've done as well, which probably isn't quite so much of a factor nowadays, is I've built in a safety net so that anybody navigating to your website who doesn't have JavaScript enabled will still see the content in the normal page flow. What I'll do is I'll just put this back to freestyle for now, but typically what would happen if you didn't have JavaScript enabled in your web browser, the content would be missing altogether. But now what we're going to do is have a little system in place in this new stack whereby if somebody navigates to your website, perhaps using a very small, slow smartphone, for example, they may have disabled JavaScript, we can actually just display the content of the normal page flow, so they're not going to be missing out on anything as such. So I think that is about all there is really to know about this new Extra Content Plus stack. It's just a very quick one-take video just to give you a quick overview about what it is, how it works, what it can do, sort of thing. I hope it is a stack that's going to be of use to lots of people out there. I know I'm always asked questions about what is extra content, what's the best way to work with it, so this should hopefully be another option for RapidWeaver users now. If you do have any questions, then feel free to let me know. I haven't got a product page up just yet for the new Extra Content Plus stack, but there'll be one arriving very shortly, So I think if you head over to it'd be stacksforstacks.com/ExtraContent Plus, you'll be able to download the stack from there, read all the setup information and get any other additional details you need about the stack. So that's all for now. I hope this video has been of use to you, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.